Okay, just give me a minute, or maybe two. Today we're talking about state of confusion, state of disunion, and where is Jimmy Stewart when we need him? Now, I try not to get too much into politics in these little sessions here because it usually just winds up in some people yelling at each other. And it winds up being circular. It's like, well, you're just angry. Well, I'm angry because you're angry. No, you're angry because you're a hater. No, I'm not a hater. You're a hater. And it just goes on and on and on. It's silly. We're not recognizing that the person you're talking to, you may have known for a long time and you know is a good, decent person, just happens to believe differently than you, and we can't accept that anymore. It's weird. So with all the stuff that's going on, I kind of feel like Michael Corleone. You know, it's just when I thought it was out, they dragged me back in. Because of what's going on, it's the State of the Union last night. The night before was the Iowa caucuses. Today is the vote in the Senate. Now, the Iowa caucuses, it's still a mess. I mean, as of right now, they still haven't decided who the real winner is. I think right now in the lead is Edmund Muskie, so that's kind of weird. But these Iowa caucuses have run for years, and just fine. But now they're blaming the people of Iowa for screwing it all up when they didn't do it. They're smart people. I mean, for years they did just fine because it's a crazy process, but it's pretty simple. I mean, you gather people together, sometimes in a gymnasium or an auditorium or in people's basements or their living rooms or kitchens or whatever. And you just divide up by which delegate you want. Okay, the Biden people come over here. We get the Bernie people come over there. Liz Warren people, you go over there. Pete Buttigieg people over there. Klobuchar people over there. Any Yang people. Two of you. Okay, you sit in the back. And then they count. And people in Iowa have known how to count for years. And then they divide to get percentages of who got what votes. And then if you didn't get a certain percentage, you're out. And your delegates are free to be independent or go caucus with somebody else. You know what screwed up this year? Common Core math. Seriously, have you ever tried to solve a Common Core math problem? Look, all you got to do is divide this number from this number. No, you got to run down this list of numbers and then this list of numbers and then it comes out over here. Okay. And then they came up with an app for that to make things way simpler, right? You know who designed the app? Robbie Mook, who was Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman. So he came up with this app. And Pete Buttigieg's campaign helped finance it. So is it any coincidence that before the results are even announced, Buttigieg is going, yes, I'm victorious. Now they're off to New Hampshire. We'll see what happens there. Now, the State of the Union. What did I say yesterday? It would be more uncomfortable than the most uncomfortable family dinner ever. Well, it pretty much was. Started off from the beginning when Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, introduced the President. Now, customarily, the Speaker of the House says, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present the President of the United States. And then, but she didn't do that. She said, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, leaving out the distinct honor and privilege part. So when the President came up, he handed one copy of the speech to the Vice President and one copy to her, as is customary, and she reached to shake his hand, and I don't know if he ignored her on purpose or he didn't see her, but he left her hanging, and she's like, okay. And then it went downhill from there. Now, there's always people standing on one side and not standing on the other side. Okay, I get that. But this time, man, the Democrats, they look like somebody peed in their post-toasties. Now, my granddaughter and I, Sabrina, we've always done this thing we call a silent cheer. If something really cool happens, rather than just going, yay, yay, you just go, it's a silent cheer. Well, what they did was a silent boo. I mean, think about it. They could have gone polite applause or whatever, but no, they sat there stone-faced. Nancy Pelosi sat behind the President, muttering to herself like Boomhauer. You know, I wanted to tell you what, a dang old President come in here, didn't shake my hand, a dang old thing, I'll tear it up. And then at the end, of course, that was the denouement. Yeah, that was when Nancy ripped up the whole speech. Now, she says she didn't, she hadn't planned to do it, but come on, we know she did, really, come on. You know, and she tore one page at a time. Do you see that? You know, just, I'll do this. And if she really wanted to be sending a message, she'd have grabbed the whole speech, you know, the whole stack of 20 pages or so, but she'd have been, she could have poured some of her vodka on it and set fire to it. I mean, that would have sent a real message, right? And then today, they're going to vote in the Senate whether or not to convict or acquit the President. And we've known all along, as I've been telling you, they're not going to convict, and we've known this from the very beginning, but still we put everybody through this and spend all this money, and what we need is a good Jimmy Stewart moment. I'm serious. I mean, like from Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, or better still, from It's a Wonderful Life. You know, when there's a run on the bank and everybody's standing at the building and loan and they're demanding their money, and Jimmy leaps over the rails and says, no, just hold on, everybody. No, we can get through this if we just stick together and have a little faith in each other. Joe, you remember what it was like living in Potter's shacks. We don't have anybody like that. Nobody's doing that. Instead, we're making wild accusations that we know aren't true. I mean, for crying out loud, even if the president is reelected, he's not going to sell Alaska. Come on. He may consider some offers on California, but see you next time.